Hey everyone, I'm hoping you're smiling because you will learn something new today and I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so get ready and let's get this lesson started. All right, so completing the square. So this is lesson 7.3a. This will be in two parts. So today we'll do when a is equal to 1. Okay, and then 7.3b will be when a is not equal to 1. So why do we complete the square? We complete the square to convert quadratic into vertex form. Why? Because if you have the quadratic in vertex form, you can see the coordinates of the vertex, which is whatever h is equal to and whatever k is equal to. Okay, so that's where we start. To graph quadratics using vertex form, so we convert using completing the square, then we can graph them because we can see the vertex. Don't forget, from standard form, we can see the value of c, which is the y-coordinate at the y-intercept, okay? So this again gives you the y-intercept coordinates. All right, so with that information, I'm gonna go into a few examples here. So I have 4 examples to go over, and I'm gonna try to keep this as simple as possible. So if you pay close attention, I think you'll be able to understand this 100%. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you do is you take the b value, okay? Take the b value and divide that by 2. So then I'm going to write this in the following form. So y equals, notice that I'm going to open parentheses and just have x by itself. And then 6 divided by 2 gives me a 3, and there's a plus in front of it. So that should be plus 3. Then I'm going to take the square and then subtract 6 outside. Now, there's something that I need to get from here. Okay, and that is what I need to undo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this to the side and I'm going to expand it. So I have x plus 3 times x plus 3. That's what the square means. So this is on the lesson from yesterday. So when I multiply using FOIL, x times x gives me x squared, and then x times 3 gives me 3x, but 3 times x gives me another 3x. So then when I combine those 3 x's together, they combine to 6x. So 3x plus 3x, 6x, but then 3 times 3 gives me a 9. And watch, this is what I need to undo over here. So what I'm going to do is, since this is plus 9, I'm going to subtract 9, okay? So then the equation in vertex form is y equals x plus 3 squared. Negative 6 minus 9 is minus 15, which means the vertex point is at negative 3 comma negative 15. So this is the equation in vertex form. So what I did was, or what you do is you always undo, okay? You undo it by subtracting this c value. And that is the first example. So I am not going to check this one, but I'm going to check the rest of them, okay, for the sake of time. So this is your introduction. So notice, you take the 3 and then you square it, which is what happened here, and then you subtract it outside. This is plus and subtract it outside. So I'm going to do that same thing on the next example. And then I'm going to check. So for this one, I'm going to take this b value of negative 8. I'm going to divide that by 2. So then the equation becomes y equals x. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Take the square and then subtract 20. But then notice that this is, I'm going to take this to the side. Okay. So I'm going to do it with this one. I hope you can follow after this. If I take x minus 4 times x minus 4, I end up with x squared minus 8x plus 16, because negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, okay? So then this is what I need to undo here. So subtract, this is positive 16, subtract 16. So then the equation in vertex form is y equals x minus 4 squared, and then negative 20 minus 16, that's minus 36. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check. Okay, I'm going to check by expanding. So I'm going to expand this vertex form quadratic. And when I expand it, if I don't get this back, that means this is incorrect. Okay, so then I'm going to do y equals x minus 4 times x minus 4, and then minus 36 outside. So we just did this here, and this is y equals x squared minus 8x plus 16 minus 36, which is y equals x squared minus 8x. 16 minus 36, that's minus 20. So we do have the x squared, we do have the b value of negative 8, and we have the c value of negative 20. Therefore, this equation is the equation in vertex form, which we found by completing the square. Okay, so let's go on to the next example. So with this one here, I'm going to skip one step, but I'm going to check in the end. So take our b value, divide that by 2. So then this is y equals x plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, and then take the square and then add 7. So basically what we're doing is we're taking the 5, we're squaring it, so 5 squared becomes 25. So then I'm just going to undo it here. So minus 25, and I hope you can see it. And then I'll check and see, we'll check and see if it works. So then the equation in vertex form so far is y equals x plus 5 squared. 7 minus 25 is negative 18. But again, I am not going to box it in yet. I'm going to go to the side and I'm going to expand it to check and make sure that I get this back. Okay? So we check by expanding this equation. So then y equals x plus 5 times x plus 5 and then minus 18 outside. So y equals x times x is x squared. And then x times 5 is 5x, but 5 times x another 5x's, so 5x plus 5x, 10x, and 5 times 5, 25, and then minus 18. So then y equals x squared plus 10x, 25 minus 18, that's a 7. And as you can see, we get this equation back, so that means our vertex form equation is correct. So I'm going to go back and box it in. Okay, one last example for this. So the last example, same idea. You take the b value, divide that by 2. So then y equals x, 4 divided by 2 is 2, so plus 2. Take the square, subtract 8. Now take the 2 squared and then do it outside. So 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 outside here along with the negative 8. So then y equals x plus 2 squared minus 12. So this is completing the square so far. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to check to see if this equation, if I expand it, see if I get this back. If I don't, then there's something wrong here. So I have to go back and check. So again, check by expanding. So y equals x plus 2 times x plus 2, which again, that's what the square means, and then subtract 12. So this is x times x, which is x squared. X times 2 is 2x, 2 times x, another 2x's, so then that's 4x, and then 2 times 2 is 4, so plus 4, minus 12. So then y equals x squared plus 4x, 4 minus 12 is minus 8, so then we do have x squared, 4x, and minus 8, so that means this equation works. Okay, so again, this is called completing the square. So I hope this is not too difficult, and if it is, just watch the video as many times as you need to, or pause the video, and then you can also ask me questions in class. Okay, I'll see you in class. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.